Greetings, time traveler. For part 2 of this video, click here. Number 15. So Lewis and Clark actually distributed multiple peace medals to Native American tribes because they visited multiple tribes. They precisely explored the entire Louisiana Purchase, which America received from France even though Native Americans lived there before them. Since Lewis and Clark are missing one medal, it means that they have one last tribe to visit when you drop in. According to the United States National Park Service and their dialogue, this tribe was the Nez Perce tribe, also known as one of the most significant Native American tribes on their journey, outside of the Shoshone tribe, which Sacagawea, the Native American woman who accompanied them, was from. The Nez Perce in particular spent a lot of time with Lewis and Clark and sent them off as they returned to Pennsylvania, which means that your medal was very important, as was everything else. Number 16. The next time you retrieve Edison's phonograph from the delightful city of Delphi and visit his workshop, I want to challenge you to do two things. Number 1, hop on that vehicle and click on this button.
This is one of the first vehicles in the world, and it was created in Germany by a man named Karl Benz. Yes, as in Mercedes-Benz. Meanwhile, this guy, Henry Ford, as in the namesake for the Ford Motor Company, took inspiration from Benz's motor wagon, which inspired Ford to create his own vehicle. Ford is present here because he and Thomas Edison were good friends, and Ford mentored Edison. Now for the next thing. As you are riding in one of the first cars ever, go into your inventory and click listen below the phonograph.
Or just listen to this.
A little piece of white good. Mary had a little savage, quite a gold, and everything.
That was Thomas Edison's first recording on his phonograph, and you were holding it in your inventory. This is also the first time someone's voice has ever been in Poptropica, and I honestly don't think there was any better voice to make this historical feat than Edison's, especially because I have this strange feeling that this is not the last we have seen of him in the unpredictable world of Poptropica. Now on to France, where we bring Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, a study model for the Statue of Liberty. Interestingly enough, Bartholdi actually had multiple study models. While one is on display to this day at the Statue of Liberty National Monument in New York City, two others were auctioned off. One sold for over $140,000 in 2007. Yet these models remain extremely rare today. Even though it looks like it is made of copper in Poptropica, like the real statue, all three models I just mentioned were made of clay. Also, if you look at some parts of the Statue of Liberty in Poptropica, you can see that the inside is lined with metal. This metal lining holds the statue upright to this day and was proposed by none other than Alexandre Gustave Eiffel himself, the same engineer who created the Eiffel Tower in France. You know, I can't shake the feeling that I have not seen the last of him either. Anyway, I want to mention that the original Statue of Liberty was supposed to be supported by bags of sand until Eiffel proposed his metal lining. And the statue is brown here because, once again, it was made of copper, which turns green when it is exposed to water, which New York City has a lot of in between rain and the fact that the Statue of Liberty is placed in the middle of the ocean, which is why it is green today. Also, the statue was made in France and sent to America to commemorate their abolition of slavery, which I find to be very sweet considering the presence of York, an enslaved person on this island, albeit in a different era. Oh my historical accuracy, that was a lot. Number 18. You may have caught this before or you may have not, but Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world, right? But it is so large that it actually spans across 2 countries. These countries are Nepal and Tibet, both in the continent of Asia. Also, the men you meet climbing Mount Everest are Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, and they were the first to ever climb the mountain. Tenzing Norgay was actually a Sherpa, a name for someone belonging to a group of talented Himalayan mountaineers, while Sir Edmund Hillary spent a lot of time climbing mountains in his native country of New Zealand, which includes parts of Antarctica through the Antarctic Treaty. He is called Sir Edmund Hillary because Queen Elizabeth II knighted him and Tenzing Norgay after their historic ascent. Also, Tenzing Norgay's child, Jamling Tenzing Norgay, became one of the only people to climb Mount Everest in honor of his father. Meanwhile, Mount Everest cycled through many names beforehand. It is perhaps best known known as Mount Everest and was named after Sir George Everest, who served as the British Surveyor of India, pretty much like Lewis and Clark, who explored the Louisiana Purchase, except between Great Britain and India. However, Mount Everest is referred to as Shomolunga by Tibetan locals, which translates to Goddess Mother of the World.
Locals of Nepal refer to the mountain as Sagarmatha, which translates to Goddess of the Sky.
Sir George Everest, out of respect for these individual cultures, preferred that these names were used for the mountain, but unfortunately they did not know these names existed at the time until a Swedish explorer discovered them much later. Number 19. Now, the future. It's so much better. Unfortunately, your Poptropican does appear to become senile, as the locals know them as the person who always gets lost.
But your future self is not too senile, because they reward you with a gold medallion, and they know how to use all of this equipment, which appears to be an environmental awareness initiative wrapped in one of the best history lessons ever.
I wonder if there was supposed to be some sort of bonus quest or sequel that teaches players about recycling or the use of natural resources, because there are so many specific references to eco-friendly technology in this part of the island. Also, I cannot help but think that I should have played in 2024, because then it would have been 50 years after 1984, which these cameras seem to remind me a lot of. With this, thank you so much for watching this analysis of Tangled Island. I know I could have put so much more in this video or these 3 videos, and I might in a future video or maybe even sooner. I want to pay homage to Poptropica's old homepage from when you got the daily questions and ask you all in the comments, who do you most relate to in Tangled Island? If I get any responses, I will shout out my favorite 3 in the next video. Likewise, there are 24 hours in a day, but there also seem to be 24 carats in our next video, which will focus on 24 Carat Island.